Stoic strategies to turn failures into comebacks. Life sometimes brings us to our knees. There are moments when it feels like everything is crashing down at once. Our plans suddenly fall apart. The dreams we've built for years slip away from us. And sometimes the people we trust the most leave us halfway when we need them the most. You wonder, why me? Why now? A storm rages inside you, but you try to appear calm on the outside. Does this sound familiar? Yes, because we are human. And being human means facing hardships. But I assure you, this moment is not the end. Stoic philosophers discovered a truth centuries ago. The strongest comebacks are born from the deepest falls. Inside you is a power greater than you think. You have yet to fully discover how resilient, wise, and determined you truly are. This video is a beginning. I will present to you 7 Stoic strategies showing how to stand up, recover, and come back stronger when life knocks you down. Each strategy is a piece of wisdom filtered through centuries, simple, applicable, and effective. Just watch this video till the end and adapt it to your life. And I have a small request. If this path resonates with you, if it touches you, subscribe to my channel. Because this is not just a video, it is a Stoic journey. And walking this path again with you is a pleasure for us. So the first strategy: sometimes life changes without your consent. There are days when things don't go as planned. Work fails, relationships end, something valuable slips away. And what is our first reaction? Panic, anger, frustration with ourselves. But the Stoics say, pause for a moment. Accept the situation as it is. Epictetus explained it this way: do not fight against things beyond your control. Only control your response. This is not surrender. This is about not losing your strength. Because if you fight what you cannot change, you will lose. But you choose your reaction, your attitude, your answer. And that is your power. Let's say something happened, something bad. That event has already happened. You cannot turn back time. Now the question is, will you break down and sit for days? Or will you calm down and learn from this situation? The Stoics say, calmness is not weakness. It is the power of thought. Don't drown in emotions. Be calm, think, accept. Because if you don't take this first step, no other step will work. This stage is about being honest with your emotions. Without self-deception, without exaggeration, simply recognize what happened. This is the beginning of everything. Stay away from panic, anger, and the why me question. The answer is within you, and it begins with calmness. The second strategy is changing your perspective on life. Imagine a door has been closed in your face. Life seems to have said no to you. Your plan has fallen apart. What you wanted didn't happen, and you have accepted this as a failure. But maybe this failure was necessary to guide you toward the right path. Marcus Aurelius said, events in life are neither good nor bad in themselves. We are the ones who interpret them. Let's pause and think for a moment. 2 people look at the same event. One says, this is my end. The other says, this is a new beginning. Who will come out stronger? Of course, the one who changes their perspective. If a relationship ends, maybe it's an opportunity to find yourself. If you were fired, maybe it's a signal to start your own business. If one door closes, maybe you need to open another door with your own hands. Because life never works against you. You just haven't fully understood that lesson yet. Every event carries a message, but you can only see that message with the right perspective. What does it mean to change your perspective? It means telling yourself, I am not a victim of this event. I am a person who learns from it. Everything begins with your viewpoint. If you see this as an end, it will be so. But if you see it as a beginning, then a new page in your life will open. To get through this stage, question yourself. Ask yourself, what did I learn from this situation? What did this event strengthen in me? If this hadn't happened, what opportunity would I have missed? The Stoics said, it is not external events, but the meanings we assign to them that matter. If you change that meaning, you can heal the pain inside. You can even turn that pain into strength. The third strategy is to focus on what you can control. Even in life's toughest moments, the only thing truly in your hands is your choice and your actions. Epictetus said, "The only thing in your control is your own actions." What others think, what happened in the past, what the future will bring, these do not belong to you. They are burdens placed on you, but you can lighten that load. To drop this burden, direct your attention to things you can control. Now think, what can you do today? Life is not in your hands, but your future is watching you. The future awaits your answer. Will you rise or will you fall again? True strength lies in small but consistent steps. Every day, that small action lifts you up again and makes you stronger. Big leaps don't happen in a minute as you might think. A comeback is a patient process. Let me give an example. Most world-famous athletes have been defeated many times, but after each defeat, they start with small exercises and step-by-step rise to the top. That is the secret to their success. Keep moving, don't stop. Now you be like that too. Do at least one thing today. Breathe quietly for 5 minutes. Write your plan for the day, or just stand up and take a walk. Act now, because this action is the beginning of your rebirth. In philosophy, there is a concept called the circle of control. This is where true power lies. You can only have full control over your actions, thoughts and choices, not external factors. The Stoics say your inner world is your freedom. To protect that freedom, you must keep moving. Action means change not only in thought but in deed, and that change is your salvation, your path to a comeback. The fourth strategy is to imagine the worst-case scenarios in advance. One of the biggest problems we face in life is encountering unexpected moments. But the Stoics viewed this situation differently. They used a technique called premeditatio malorum, imagining the worst-case scenarios beforehand and preparing for them. This is not to create fear, but to strengthen you, because life will test you at some point. Being aware of this is not a source of fear, but a source of preparedness. Imagine you're walking down a road and don't know what lies ahead. But if you know in advance, there's a pothole or a steep descent, you will place your feet more carefully and move forward with unwavering steps. Similarly, thinking ahead about difficulties in your life prepares you, giving you confidence and calmness. The famous Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius also wrote, "I remind myself every day that in the face of misfortunes, human faults and contradictions, what I can control is only my own reaction. The only thing under your control is your own thoughts and reactions." This technique moves you from the position of a victim to that of a prepared warrior. You have already seen the problem ahead of time and are ready to face it strongly. Example, an athlete before a serious competition analyzes the strengths and weaknesses of their opponent in advance. Knowing the opponent's weak points beforehand gives the athlete an advantage in the game. The same applies in life. Thinking ahead about the difficulties, the opponents in life allows you to defeat them. If you are mentally and emotionally prepared for any possibility, no difficulty can break you. This is not to discourage you, but the best way to become stronger. This strategy increases your psychological readiness for life's surprises. Fear and anxiety usually arise from the unknown. Premeditatio malorum helps you recognize the unknown, get used to it, and even challenge it. Thus you trust yourself and protect your inner world. When the mind is prepared, no difficulty can confuse or discourage you. It is like an insurance in the game of life, inner resilience against unexpected events. The fifth Stoic strategy is one of life's most important secrets: training yourself for hardship, strengthening yourself. Great Stoic philosophers like Seneca deliberately left their comfort zones, walked in the cold, and wore simple clothes. Why? Because they knew life would never always be easy, and to be ready, you must constantly train your body and soul. This is not weakness. On the contrary, it is a sign of true strength, willpower, and resilience. Comfort and pleasure often weaken us because the comfort zone halts development, but facing small hardships and testing yourself strengthens you both physically and mentally. For example, in your daily life, you can take simple steps. Taking a cold shower, getting up early and lightly resisting the urge to stay comfortably in bed, avoiding easy choices during the day, sometimes testing yourself with hunger or physical exercise. These small exercises gradually make you more enduring and unshakable. When life's big tests come, you will already be practiced, and they will shake you less. Seneca said, "True strength lies not in comfort, but in maintaining yourself and preserving your will in hardships." These words show us that excessive pursuit of comfort can weaken the spirit. Be prepared for life's difficult moments like a well-trained athlete. Training yourself for hardship builds not only physical, but also mental endurance. It is your inner armor, your protector against life's storms. As a result, you will stand out from ordinary people. Because when facing difficulties, while others are defeated, you will stand firm and step forward. For you, a setback is no longer a defeat, but an opportunity to increase your strength. Endurance is formed only by willpower and conscious training. Training yourself for hardship gives you resilience. You will be able to face the unexpected blows life delivers as if pre-trained. This preparation makes you internally unbreakable, fearless, and full of determination. This strategy also enriches a person's inner life, because when you say goodbye to the comfort zone, you rise to new heights both spiritually and physically. To overcome spiritual and physical limits and take control of your life, you must go through this path. Thus, training yourself for hardship is not only a matter of patience and willpower, but also a way to protect yourself with love and respect. Because by preparing yourself, even in the harsh moments of life, you can remain steadfast and spiritually free. The sixth strategy is self-analysis through daily journaling. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor and philosopher, wrote daily journals. He carefully recorded not only historical events, but also his feelings, thoughts, life's difficulties, and how he responded to them. This simple habit brought him both spiritual calm and clear thinking. Keeping a journal is a powerful tool for understanding yourself and listening to your inner voice. You should also take up a pen and write, "What has this difficulty taught me? How can I get through this situation? What feelings are trying to weaken me? What steps will strengthen me?" While writing, answers that are invisible but present within you will emerge. Each entry will bring you closer to yourself and reduce the confusion in your soul. Writing is both a kind of inner therapy and a mirror to objectively observe your thoughts. Writing is an essential exercise for the mind. In difficult moments, emotions become tangled. The brain thinks about both past and future, and sometimes logic slips away. The confusion, stress, and anxiety you feel then can weigh you down even more. By journaling, you can organize this chaos and clarify your thoughts. It's like a mental detox, clearing your mind and calming your feelings. Additionally, writing gives you the chance to objectively analyze yourself. You can observe your reactions, behaviors, and thoughts from a distance. Such analysis often leads to greater compassion and understanding for yourself. Journaling also serves as a record of your progress. When faced with setbacks, your initial feelings are put on paper, and over time you can see your changes, strengths, and lessons learned. This boosts motivation and supports you in future struggles. For the Stoics, writing also meant archiving their personal growth, life lessons, and inner strength. This practice helps you remain resilient through life's ups and downs and make wise decisions. Here's a piece of advice. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes a day to write down your feelings and thoughts. Be honest, note your worries and fears as well as small successes. This will bring you both peace and greater wisdom. Thus, journaling is one of the most powerful tools to manage your inner world. Through it, you don't just overcome setbacks, you turn them into sources of strength. And finally, the seventh strategy, learn to love what happens. Friedrich Nietzsche loved the phrase, amor fati. This phrase means not just accept your fate, but love your fate. Stoic philosophers had a similar approach. They said you should welcome every event in your life, successes and failures alike, with love. Because all the bad things life prepares for you are actually important parts that shape you, making you stronger and wiser. Think about it. Life's path never goes straight and smooth. Sometimes the hardships and trials you face don't break you. On the contrary, they are the weights needed for your strengthening. Every difficulty, Every setback is like a teacher for the improvement of your character, willpower, and spirit. Amor fati teaches you to accept both the good and bad that life brings with the same calmness. Reject nothing, greet nothing with anger or despair. This calms you and gives you inner freedom, because you no longer fight what happens. Instead, you embrace it with love. Imagine you have experienced a major failure at work. At first, this may feel like a heavy blow, disappointment, anxiety, self-criticism. But if you embrace the philosophy of amor fati, you will see this event as a lesson you needed exactly at this stage of your life. This trial does not weaken you. It makes you wiser and more experienced. Thus, in the future, you will be able to make wiser decisions. This approach is built on patience and acceptance. It means not just enduring, but carrying the event within you and being grateful for it. It gives spiritual strength, because you no longer resist the immutable laws of life. As you love your fate, your stress, fear, and anxiety decrease. Instead, you find resilience, true peace, and inner freedom. Sometimes we judge what happens as unfair, but amor fati teaches that everything has its reason and purpose. Your fate, your life path, is moving toward understanding this. Every difficulty turns you into a greater person and reveals the deeper meaning of life. Do not hesitate to ask yourself these questions. How can I see this difficulty as a turning point in my life? What new paths or ideas does this trial open for me? How can I value this moment by loving my fate? Loving your fate makes you an unshakable, strong person in life, because you no longer fight against trials. You embrace them as an inseparable part of your life. Every bad event brings you a new chance, a new opportunity. It is up to you to see and accept these chances. Amor fati is the art of embracing every event in your life, good or bad, with love. As you master this art, you will understand life's meaning more deeply, not running away from setbacks, but living with them and drawing strength from them will bring you true freedom and inner peace. Remember, life is not against you. You are part of life and learning to live in harmony with it every moment. Sometimes life feels so heavy, as if the whole world is against you. But remember, you are not weak. You have the strength to overcome these hardships. Inside each of us lies the capacity for resilience, unbreakability, and rebirth. Stoic strategies do not just teach you to stand firm. They guide you to become stronger, wiser, and freer than before. These approaches are a source of light, even in life's darkest moments. They teach you that every hardship is a new opportunity. Every fall is the foundation for a greater rise, and every trial is the key to discovering your inner strength. Remember, difficulty is never the end. It is merely a message from life. Prepare yourself. Take your place for a new beginning. Now it's your turn. We are all different, but each of us has the power to choose. What will your choice be today? Which Stoic strategy will you apply to start overcoming your trials? Remember, true strength lies not in how much you endure difficulties, but in how you rise after them. Reflect, accept, act, start again, and know that you are the hero of your own life. This journey won't be easy, but it's worth it. With every step, the wisdom of the Stoics and your own willpower will be with you. Now rise, step forward, and show that the light inside you never goes out. Rise into your love and reach a new level. Thank you for watching until the end. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts in the comments. See you again soon.